Good evening, everyone. This is DT Sports. I'm Dizzor back with an exciting another episode. And as you can see tonight, my side crack is showing. And so are my little droopy wrinkles. Like it's all like. Something like that. It's mirrored. I'm really confused right now because it's mirrored. Mirrored. Anyway, welcome back. I've made it back after a few days away. It's been distracted. I haven't been doing the work stuff and anywhere, and it's just kind of, this is what happens when people come visit. It definitely tends to slow things down, derail you. It hasn't been good. But we're getting back to it. We need to get caught up and kind of get through this. We got week 4 picks coming up tomorrow at some point in time, and I'm going to have to kind of figure that out. And, it's kind of what it's got to be. Radio silence. So here we are. We're playing CBS Franchise Football, and along with that, we're trying to collect some data because this is like a super nerd community game. And we got the NFL to help us out. So we picked the San Francisco Giants to cover the spread in the Pick'em link, and that link is down below in the description. Since the 49ers are our team, that means every time the 49ers get to score in a touchdown, we get to spin the touchdown wheel of prize things over here. And that'll tell us how we've got to play this game that we're doing. And it's kind of like, building it at random. So anyway, here we go. 49ers at the Giants. 49ers were the 4.5-point favorite. And the game, the scoring started off with 2 field goals from Robbie Gould, putting them 49ers up 6-0. They were quickly answered at the beginning of the second quarter, and the Giants came roaring back with Graham Gano's 2 field goals of own, netting it up at 6-6. With a minute left in the quarter, Jerick McKinnon scored a 10-yard run and adding a Robbie Gould kick that takes us to 13-10. And I got ahead of myself. We still got to clean up the game in the season back here. We got a defensive play coming up. Because if we draw one of those like season 7 players, I got to figure out where I'm at right now. As you can tell, it's always early in the morning, I'm always tired, and it's never in order. And I'm never keeping up. Welcome to the life of working an extra hobby on top of everything else you do. Wow. So we just got to finish up these playoffs real quick. As you can see, we've already got 4 out of 5 of the tasks met. We will be moving on to the next level, which will be level 30, and that is going to unlock Season 7 packs. In the meantime, all we got to do is open up these packs. I really need to get some background music at some point in time. YouTube can add that for me. Ting! Here we are in the Franchise Bowl. In the Franchise Bowl. In the Franchise Bowl. And we didn't win it. But that doesn't matter. We are moving on because we got 4 out of 5 of our tasks complete. Before we hit that complete season, that's a death button because that will permanently erase all of this valuable nerd information. And I just got to figure out where did I put my other window. We're going to jump out over to the website on a different monitor. Terrible, and it even logged me out. No, that's because that's the NFL. Where am I trying to go? CBS Sports. CBS cares. So we're going to jump over to another screen and take a little screenshot so that we can keep track of this stuff. We are using the window because Firefox provides a nicer little screenshot system. It's a little quicker to get to the save than the snippet. I'm sure there's better tools out there. If you got a better tool for taking screenshots to take a little bit less of your time, please leave a comment below. Sure, there's some nice app add-ons. I think the big thing would be to make sure that it doesn't spy on me. I'm kind of against the I'm a little anti-spy. You can't deny that. It's just kind of a terrible thing that, you know, all these weird stuff and things, and I don't know where this is even at. There we go, new folder. We finally found that thing. My default folder changed. We also going to take a screenshot of the season stats, because those will also permanently disappear. I don't intend on really putting in all that hard work to extract those manually, but hopefully we'll be able to find a little bit of a screen reader, select those out, put those in a spreadsheet for me. Maybe somebody else will do that for me as well. But we have just completed our season over on the other screen, so this thing's going to get all sorts of confused because it's going to do that, and I shouldn't have done the thing. Start season, there we go. We got that season started. We're going to go open up and do that Season 7 pack so that our wheel actually matters. I anticipated that we were going to get to Season 7, and Ben and I building that back up. Adding that in. We're going to go get that collection open. There's still 2 bonus packs in there. It's not going to work so good. And the s'mores. And the s'mores. And the s'mores. And what Series 7 player did we get? We just got a center Jason Britt, who weirdly enough was my placeholder. We're going to make sure that you can see what I can see real quick, because I'm just all over the place and very amateurish as we're just starting this big YouTube journey out. Justin Britt was the dummy placeholder. 1 for 1. How do you like that? To make the spreadsheets work so that I could add that 7 to the prize wheel. Seemed like the easier thing to do at the time just to get it done. He was a little bit smaller than we anticipated. Hopefully they don't all stay down around 36, but you know, that's kind of how these go sometimes. You get quite the boost that you think you're gonna get. Add a season token to the mix, and this will probably be the amount of cash to buy a Series 7 card. And that is correct. Back to that defensive play, I just wanted to make sure, you know, we're gonna get another touchdown here before too long. Open up that defensive play. It is a base nickel. How about that? Moving on to back to the game. Somehow the 49ers got the ball back. Robbie Gould scored a 26-yard field goal to end the first half, putting the 49ers up 16-6. Graham Gano added another field goal to start off scoring in the third quarter, and then we can see Brandon Ayuk scored a 19-yard touchdown. 49. And that's going to be worth 1 offensive play. I hope you really like this play, Brandon. This one's for you. Running back, delayed handoff. Maybe. Brandon, if you see this, leave a comment below. Fourth quarter scoring got off to another touchdown. Jeff Wilson Jr. caught a 19-yard pass from Nick Bullens, getting the 49ers up to 29-9, and that is worth a Series 3 player. We go back and have these on the regular prize wheel so we can go back and kind of chip away at those event teams as well as kind of getting those ultimates. These ones do have a little bit of counterweighting, so as they get closer and closer to being completed, those probabilities on the wheel will go up a little bit, oddly enough. It kind of makes up for, you know, the lack of players in it. Make sure it still stays a little bit relevant and that we can go ahead and get those finished off, because that is kind of important. While they're not always the best, you know, the full ultimates aren't always the best, they do work quite nice in the early game and they do make nice event players. So you can take that with it for whatever it's worth. I like playing the event players. I'm into this whole game. I'm into the long game. It's just say it because, yeah, that's like 9 years of experience playing this franchise football games. Game concluded with a Jeff Wilson Jr. 2-yard run, giving the 49ers a 36-9 victory. Bing. And that's going to be worth 5 exhibition games. Thank God we can start working these back below 10, and so we're not wasting our currency. As always, exhibition games are your best method to build cash as long as you are pulling that 2-for-1 sale and that big cash package. So that's why we do that. It's kind of a little persistent. How did I lose a pencil that quickly? That's what I do. And we're going to keep track of those just to make sure you got that math available and can see with a little bit of variability about what you can expect in return for cash. 49ers won the game 36-9, covering that 4.5-point spread, and that gives us a big time wheel on the pick'em prize wheel of winning things, guys. We won that pick'em game. And today that's going to be worth the offensive play. That is go. This is going to spend a little RP, and this is assuming it's available, and it is, and that just got us a fly sweep left. Not the most exciting thing in the world, but it definitely will fill in that playbook a little bit faster. I'm actually going to jump down here. Thank you to our friends over at Wheel of the Side for making these awesome wheels. We're going to go take that off the board because I know how to do that. How boring is this right now? What kind of entertainment are you providing, nerd? Just kind of like, apply those wheel changes kind of entertainment. Oh, look at that. The season token is taken over. That one actually isn't updated. The current amount of season tokens a little bit wide. A little bit. We can make it, but we did get one back. So, it's just a little bit lesser wide. Too wide. The next game up for the night was the Houston Texans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers were a pick to cover the 3.5-point spread, and they did. So we're going to end up getting another big pick'em wheel at the end of this video. But first, let's go through and recap. Scoring started off with a Chris Boswell 33-yard field goal, putting the Pittsburgh Steelers up 3-0. Unfortunately, we do not currently have a field goal prize wheel, not a high priority, but if you really want that, please leave a comment below. Randall Cobb scored a 28-yard pass from Deshaun Watson, putting Houston Texans up 7-3. And then a David Johnson 2-yard run started off the second quarter scoring. That was answered by an Eric Ebron 10-yard pass from Big Ben Roethlisberger. That's worth another 5 exhibition games. So let's jump back out over to exhibition games. Slap those down real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's going to get us a total of 2-1 cash prize again. Not pulling the cash prizes tonight. Maybe they are punishing me. They figured out my schemes. Dun, dun, dun. The horrors. Let's go grab this legend coin because I've just got like ADD and completely distracted. No idea what I'm doing. How do you like them apples? It's just kind of how it goes. Anyway, we're moving on. Juju Smith-Schuster caught a 26-yard touchdown pass from Ben Roethlisberger in the second quarter, giving the Pittsburgh Steelers the lead again, and that's going to be an offensive play right on the line there. I'm glad I had a computer to decide that for me because I probably would have picked that anywhere. I'm trying to avoid more exhibition games. As much as I love them, I always get stuck with them when I have to buy them. It's kind of weird. I should just play more often. Get out there for you. And Will Fuller scored a 14-yard touchdown pass from Deshaun Watson to conclude the second quarter, taking the Texans in 21-17 at halftime. Chris Boswell added another 26-yard field goal, pulling the Pittsburgh Steelers back with one in the third quarter. And then James Conwell took a 20-yard run A 12-yard one in from... But he just took in a 12-yard run. That put Pittsburgh up by 6, so that's 5 points, and I'm just going to talk like this because the words aren't coming out. But, did you just, Mr. Smith, he scored another 2-point conversion, giving the Steelers the 7-point lead, and got more of a natural football score. Giving us one more spin of the prize wheel, and that's where the Series 5 players. So we're going to jump back in here to the Series 5 players. Open one up. This guy's not going to improve the team. That's not possible, I don't believe, at the moment anymore. That's been kind of rolled out. But the Season 5 players do fill in that pack. And that St. Louis events team just got a little bit tougher. I suppose that's the LA event team now. Oh, and this is one of those areas where Google went rogue on me. Started adding the dollar signs. Your skills is worth dollar bills. And that's Cooper Kupp. That concluded the game, giving the Steelers the 28-21 point lead. Big win, big win, big win. That will be worth one more spin of the big prize. Pick 'em. No, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, this episode just got luck because we gotta go use up a season token. Thank you, Steelers, for the win. Har, 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 har. Let's go push these buttons. Well, what's going to happen is we got to get through all 16 games, and there's, some requirements and stuff. We haven't loaded up any Series 7 packs yet, so this might be a little bit of a challenge. I didn't even look at those things, but we're not really going to play these games. We got to reach 80 tackles, 5 interceptions, 7 touchdowns, score 35 points. I think this one's going to be tough. We'll just kind of attack it. Nonetheless, we'll probably whack out those 2 offensive ones. The 2 defensive ones will be tricky, and winning a franchise bowl is not always a guarantee, especially when you're in 4th place in your division. Not off to a rocking start, but that is definitely the lack of Season 7 players, and it has been about a week since the last limited edition push, and so we're kind of losing the power of some of those bigger guys, especially given we run a few extra seasons here and there. I guess that probably just makes up for the ones we miss. I don't really know. It ain't good. It ain't a good thing. Doop, 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 doop. I still owe you moments, too. Those are going to get patched in this weekend. They kick off that big old live stream media. We got to have something interesting in there. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. We'll probably put out about the top 4 packs based on who I've got, what, I kind of want to need. And we'll go from there. It's just going to be... It's going to be an interesting little kind of thing. We got our target ultimate team, and that's going to largely dictate really which packs we open. We want to get those ultimate players that are coming up, the big tier 5 ones. And we got to be a team that's going to be the series, a little bit of tier 4 ultimates. So those guys will really drive what's going to be coming out of those moment packs. If there's duplicates, triples of guys that we want, that's going to be the thing to go with. It's going to be kind of how it is. Seems like I'm not very good against my division, so let's hope we can rack out of this thing. Keep the pressure on, add those blitzes. Hopefully that'll produce some interceptions as well. Maybe we'll get up to the 5. 5 is a lot of interceptions. We're not even really scoring the points right now. That's kind of the problem. We got nothing going on. Just nothing going on. And we gotta make the playoffs. So we're just going to stick to that 3-1. I know there's a good play for the Aussie in here. It's just rock and roll. And Aussie's going to catch all the tight end touchdown passes. I was terrible. But hey, it's a little bit of a go. You got to take a stab at it. Just once again, not winning the games. Here comes all those misses. I think this is largely supposed to be my quick out one. It's should do pretty all right. Get outside, get the passes off, and then just got its ass kicked. Does not work well against the Blizzards, apparently. That offense not doing what I want it to do. Maybe that base defense didn't want to do what I did. Take that, Spooky. Yep, we're going to completely just whiff on this one. What an embarrassment of a season token. That's why we got to get that thing thinned out. Get some elements in there. Balance these out. Maybe we nah, it's just going to like, I'm going to throw that. And we got to 80 tackle. We got one of the harder ones. How you like them apples, chump? I'm actually going to leave that and just set that there. I really don't want to finish that button. If we get one more, I'm going to have to go up and just plug that through. That's just not, I don't want to do it. So we're going to hold off. We're going to shoot one more episode right after this, bring you to the next two games. So we'll see if this thing of doom's going to happen. Hopefully we'll be able to get some Series 7 players in there before we click that again. This has been an episode of DT Sports. I'm Dizzor Thank you for watching, subscribe, and like. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. But hey, you know, if for some deranged reason you're still here, go ahead and push that button.